Alright, so I'm doing a mixed media page, scrapbook page, based on this sketch that was put in the YouTube group called Mixed Media Frenzy, and they're having a YouTube hop. This is for the YouTube hops. This is for the YouTube hop. So this is the sketch. Here's the picture of the inspiration photo, and then what I did was I actually mocked that up as a sketch that's more neutral so that I'd have something to kind of go off of, because I felt like the colors and everything was really distracting. So I went in and created a sketch out of that, and then so this is kind of the idea that I'm going to go off of. And then I did a practice one in my art journal. I did some play and I had so much fun, and I love how this looks. So I'm going to try to use this as kind of my background jumping off point, but I really like the text, so I'm going to add some elements to make it look like I have text. And then here's my art journal page that I did as a practice. So that's kind of a sneak peek as to what it is that I'm going to do. Okay, so I've already gessoed this page of Vicki Boutin mixed media paper, scrapbook paper, 12 by 12. Don't necessarily have to gesso it. I just did it because I've been following a lot of Missy Whedon tutorial or her videos, and noticed that really like the way it looks when you do some stuff with the cannot work and talk at the same time. When you do gesso first, I like the look of that. I did some practice pages earlier, and I really just love this. I can get like this weird, interesting gesso-y or painterly look to the background. So that's kind of where I'm going. But I wanted to add a little bit of text. Hopefully, I will not get stuff all over the place. I'm using some Ranger Archival in jet black, and in coffee. Oddly enough, is funny because I love coffee, and I love how I love anything to do with coffee. So I love the fact that I have some coffee color ink that I can use. I didn't really want a lot of black. I mostly wanted browns. So this is a caramelly kind of color, but I have these little ones because I have a set. It's under the Letter It set, and it's so I'm adding some text. I'm probably doing too much, probably need to leave more white space, but you know, I don't do white space all that well. So these are my little guys, and they work really well. I like these a lot. I don't get as much ink on my fingers with those. Okay, now I'm going to blast it with some heat, because my experience is you need to heat set ink. I could have probably used this one. This is not a stamp I have in the store. It's just one that I've owned forever. So it's just a French-ish kind of term phrases. I have a whole bunch of them. If you check in the store, you'll see, look up the word text, and you'll find some. I have other ones somewhere. That can work. I have some by Prima. Here's one. It's very hard to see it, but it's clear, and it's just scribble text kind of words. Just to give you something in the background, this is a ledger that would also work. It's from one of Tim Holtz's sets. Thought I might use it, changed my mind. So, hoping that now that I've heat set the archival ink, not the distress ink, that my next plan is actually going to work. And I did put gesso on using a large brush, Dina Wakley brush. And I'm going to try to put that with. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. So, going to. I'm going to what I did, I put some, I'm pretty sure I used ground espresso, and just spray it onto your paper, or onto your plastic packaging. Spray it because we're trying to get the smushiness of the brown. And that color is actually ground espresso. So good to remember because it is coffee. Espresso is my favorite. This is slightly different from the bubble wrap, and it's oxide, so it's kind of fading as it dries, which I like. And then after so next I'm gonna take a paper towel. Actually going to, I could do this with a baby wipe probably. Next, I'm going to take some of my crackling campfire, which is really orange. You can see that. It's very orange. And I really didn't play with crackling campfire all that much. And then I'm going to take some wild honey, which seems really yellow, but it's really not. And then I'm going to spray it. Or use some water from your paintbrush. And then I'm just going to smush it together. And that makes your orange not so bright and your yellow not so bright. And I can't guarantee that it will be not as bright as the bright that I had. So I think it's gonna work. We're gonna do it. It might be a little bit pink, a little bit brighter than I want, but that's okay. We're gonna just go for it. Squish. 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 And then it looks like my text is not running, which is awesome. I didn't want it to run. I wanted it to stay put. That's perfect. Not get smushy. Okay. The whole page had gesso on it. It wasn't just a certain spot. So, and if you can see like how it looks on here, so the background definitely had a lot of other colors, but I'm okay. This is good. I like this. I like where this is going. You know, it's controlled chaos at this point. I don't have control over everything that goes on. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly good with controlled. Oh, I like it actually a whole lot. Okay, I've been wondering like what color do you mix with brown for coffee? And now I kind of know. You kind of go with the warm colors. Not necessarily red, but red could probably work if I had a darker red. I have a red. I have a fired brick. I can pull that out, try it. I might have used it in my original, actually. All right, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna get completely off track. Okay, I'm gonna. Yes, very cool. And it still has white space, which is awesome. Okay. Next, we move on to some texture paste. Ooh, okay. So this is just the background because the thing is that, all right, can you see this? Oh, how pretty is that? I'm not really usually a orangey brown person, but oh my gosh, I love this so much. Okay, so from the original and then from my sketch, the focus is kind of here in the middle, and then there's a lot of elements around it, but you have this kind of hexagon design, and it's in multiple places. It's at the top, it's at the bottom, it's kind of coming off at the side. And so I'm going to use some texture paste, and actually before I do the texture paste, I'm going to do a little bit more squishing because I have antique bronze stain, and I think it will add a little bit of shimmer, and I want to do a little bit of squishing with that. All right, so next I want to do some texture paste, and so what I did was modeling paste. Alrighty. So it's kind of in the bottom here, and this is not the right kind of stencil. This stencil is the opposite. I really need one that's more of a mask, but it's okay. This is a Tim Holtz stencil, by the way. Okay. So then, now I kind of need to wait for this to dry, which I'm not good at doing. So I'm gonna try hitting it with some heat. So I punched out a bunch of circles using my different size circle punches. And then going to put some of this behind my photo. Just like the way Missy does hers. tighten the lid on my melon case so it doesn't dry out. I have a bad habit of not doing that right. Okay, and so she will take her picture. She has this amazing ability to just she always knows how to do it too. Must have planned it right. What I learned is that you want it to be the right size before you glue it down, because once you glue it down, it's really hard to tear it. There's the photo. This is a photo I got at an antique store in Florida. And on the back it said 12/25, so Christmas, 1945. Actually the year before my dad was born. So, okay, so then in the sketch we've got a couple of layers. So the photo's matted, and then we've got the paper. Actually, and then another layer across the bottom. Harder to do with this because it's a small photo, but I love using patterns. Love using patterns. Okay, so that's in the middle, and then I wanted to add in, that would be really cool. We just added in a little bit, a few pieces of this random eyelet. You know, she's not doing anything that kind of makes her look like she's sewing. I love sewing, so I love anything to do with sewing. So I'm just gonna stick that eyelet underneath there. And then that will appease my creative desire to do something with eyelet on this. All right, so then we'll go nutso with all of the circles. And I just had really 3 sizes of circle punches that I could use. So I punched a bunch of different papers. And they used gears, but I'm using different papers. I'm trying to punch everything every size a few times so that I would have a lot of places to play. And then I do want to grab this. So I have some of this thread. It's called Amy's Design Stitch and Do, and you can have a couple of these in the store. And this one had some brownish. I like this new thing that I learned to do. I'm not really sure how she does it, but how to make this nest. And just kind of stick it in the corner there. Because yeah, this has nothing to do with the original sketch, but that's okay because I don't care. I'm just gonna keep adding my stuff wherever I feel like it. Wherever I think it might work. So now I stuck down everything. This was a really fun project to do for the Mixed Media Frenzy Hop. This was my first time hopping, and I think I'm going to continue to do it because it was just so fun. The background was super fun to make, and it was nice to see some of the papers that I've created in the past coming together in a new project. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, like my video so I know that I am doing what you like, and I hope that you'll ring the notification bell and be notified of future videos. Thanks!